You know, to me, movie theaters are a temple. When I'm going to the movies, I'm going to church. I love going to the movies. Even when a movie ends up being like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, I still love going to the movies. You know, it's just a great thing. However, there are a few things like going to church that can happen in the sanctuary that can be annoying and distracting, and not to paint with a broad stroke or to stereotype, but I think it is fair to say that a lot of the time, certainly not all the time, but a lot of the times, some of those distractions that may happen in a movie theater might be happening by somebody who's been on the planet maybe not as many years as other people. Maybe some teenagers or something like that, with the ones with the phones and the chatting and the talk. Again, not to paint with a broad stroke. Many older adults do it too. But this was interesting. Somebody sent this to me on Facebook and was saying there's this movie theater, and I'm trying to remember where it's from. Let me bring up the website here, but it says, where is it?
Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia.
Boulevard Squared, baby.
The Richmond, Virginia movie theater, in a theater that's owned by, I think it's called the Bowtie Theater chain. Not a massive one, but a bigger one. And they have now passed a rule going into effect that after 7:30 p.m., I think is their time, nobody under 17 will be allowed in the movie theaters. Now, they were talking to like one of the general managers of the chain, and because they were the general manager of the chain was kind of asked like, hey, don't you think that your patrons might, rebuff against this? And the general manager kind of just said, actually, this is kind of in response to what our patrons are asking for. And he said, we are wanting to create a more mature viewing experience. Not that we haven't seen 38-year-olds act like effing imbeciles, but generally speaking, they say we wanted to create a movie-going experience for a more mature audience, and there we go. So, listen, like we always say, Rob, and you've brought this up many times, it's not show friends, it's show business. They believe this move, while a lot of people who go to the movies are under 17, but they believe this move will increase viewership, will make more people feel good about going to the movies. They're not going to be as distracted. Maybe. I mean, that seems to be the hypothesis. And certainly as a private business, they can do whatever they want. You can set age restrictions. You can call it an adult experience. You can do whatever you want, sort of thing. And I got to admit, Rob, I'm kind of split on this in my mind. On the one hand, I personally know people that would go, if they did that here, that's the theater I'm going to. Like, I know some casual moviegoers are like, oh yeah, you made it so I wouldn't have to worry about like these meddling kids being in here. That's a movie theater I'll go to. At the same time, what if you're a family? What if you've got kids, who are 12, 13 years old, you want to take them to go see Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, apparently because you hate your children? But no, sorry. But you want to take them to go see Ant-Man, you want to take them to go see, what if you want to take them to go see the new Super Mario Brothers movie, but Junior's got a soccer game at 5, so the earliest screen you can be is 7:30, 8:30 p.m., whatever. I mean, I could see that being negative too. So I'm look, I'm actually very interested to see how this little experiment works, because the company was quick to say, hey, listen, this new rule of ours is not set in stone. We will play it out and we'll see if our patrons respond to it. I'm going to be very curious to keep my eye on this and see, does this increase the number of people going to their theaters? Does it hurt their business? I don't know. Rob, you hear about this. What do you think about this move?
Well, on one hand, look, I think that we've seen a fundamental lack of respect in our culture toward everybody. It begins in schools with a lack of respect for teachers, starting at younger ages. And
boy, if you wanted to sound like the guy yelling, "Get off my lawn!"
It goes. I was going to say it goes all the way up through every part of our society, not just with kids, but with everybody. And I've seen it. Adults disrespecting other adults in public. We're just not as nice and polite and mindful of the world that we live in as we used to be. And I've seen people of all ages turn their phones on and talk out loud in movie theaters.
It ain't just teenagers.
It isn't just teenagers. However, the thing about I do think that they're more so than ever. There's an idea that when you have social media that you just have to respond to it. I've never understood why anybody who goes to see a movie, who's paid to go see a movie, why would you allow anything to disrupt the experience that you just paid for? Not for yourself, much less other people. I mean, there's nothing more annoying when you're in a dark theater. Whenever somebody pops up a phone, you can see it if they're 20 rows in front of you.
Yep.
And I hate that. I hate my peripheral vision being disturbed. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for why anybody should turn on a phone during the film. But the problem is, John, like you said at the beginning, churches, our movie theaters are like churches to us. It's a holy experience going into the theater and experiencing those stories. I mean, I become totally immersed when I watch a movie. And one of, I think, the fun things for me has always been there's people from all walks of life, all shapes, sizes, colors, creeds, belief systems, sexualities, whatever, all gathering in one place. And they're all there, despite our political differences or whatever, to see the same story. And I've always found it uplifting. I love watching all the different kinds of people come and sit in a movie theater with me, and we're all there as soon as those lights go down, everybody's watching the same thing. Everybody cries together. Everybody laughs together. It's really inspiring to be in a movie theater. And I hate it when people come in and talk and disrupt the experience. I've never understood it. And I've watched it. We've all watched it change over the last 30 years. That's why I love going to the ArcLight. The ArcLight wouldn't tolerate it. And they wouldn't even let people come in late. If the movie started, you can't come in. I love that.
Okay, so let me get you back to the question. What do you think about this theater and these new policies they're implementing?
I think it's great. I think it's great because you know what? For all the people that are going to scream and yell, maybe you'll police your friends and you'll when stuff happens again, maybe it'll bring the kind of respect to the movie-going experience back to where it should be. Because, when you're going into a movie theater, it's not just about you. It's about everybody that you're also sitting with. They've paid to see the movie as well. And they didn't pay for you to disrupt their experience. So I think it's good that they're doing this. And you know what? I'll bet you their business goes up. Because I think one of the things that has turned off, but what they're going to have to deal with, is there's going to be adults in these screenings that do the same stuff. Now, how are they going to do that? If you're an adult in one of these childless screenings and you turn on your phone, I hope people are even worse to you because, hey, if they're going to make if they're going to make kids stay away, what they're trying to do is get rid of douchebaggery in general. And if an adult does that, I hope the people in the theater throw popcorn at them and,
When we went to go see Creed 3, some guy standing or sitting in front of Ray was pulling out his phone and texting during the movie, and security guard literally came up the stairs to him and said, "Put your phone away." And then he just stood there for the rest of the movie watching the guy.
Well, because they don't know if they're recording something.
I know, but I just liked, I like that they did that. I think more theaters should do that.
I think that they should. It just shows a fundamental, where are we going to draw the line and say, look, people need to be respected. That's what society is, John. And why shouldn't it begin at the movie theater?
All right, guys, question is for you. Movie theater in Richmond, Virginia has decided that after 7:30 p.m., nobody under 17 is going to be allowed to come into the theaters. Will this be a great move to help create a better viewing experience of the movies? Or are you punishing a lot of teenagers who are under 17 who have never caused a problem in their life? Whatever you guys think about this, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. If saving more and spending less is one of your top goals for 2023, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for your phone bill? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know I made the switch over to Mint Mobile a while ago. The process couldn't have been easier, and I can't believe that I am spending less than a
third of what I was spending on one of the other major carriers before. By going online only and eliminating the traditional costs of retail, Mint Mobile passes the significant savings on to you. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily in minutes with eSIM. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea.